All right, you need to come out here and get yourself the Brooklyn Pickle. I was talking about this with one of my buddies. I was like, yo, there's no better sandwich in the state of New York than the Brooklyn Pickle. And now that I found out that they're going down to North Carolina, we are taking over your taste buds everywhere you are, wherever you're going to be. You need to get yourself out to the Brooklyn Pickle. Pinehurst, you just realized that you found yourself the best sandwich shop that you're ever going to have. This is a glorious moment. It's a blessing to your community. You're welcome. Brooklyn in the house, baby. Go over to the Brooklyn Pickle. You already know what it is.
You heard the man. Head to Brooklyn Pickle Pinehurst on 1788 Old Morgantown Road in Southern Pines, North Carolina.
When you look at the fact that this conference being built from the Carolinas out and then seeing over the years the Syracuses and the Boston Colleges, the Miamis, and now looking at the West Coast, how would you define what this ACC is now becoming? Because you talked about getting multiple spots in the college football playoff. What is the resume? What is the portfolio, so to speak?
Well, I think the ACC is still a very unique conference because of the makeup of the schools, right? I think right now college football has become very much professionalized, and I still think that we're a conference that the graduation rates, the academics, the life experiences matter, even though I think those value systems seem to be mocked. I think when our commissioner gets up and says those things, that people mock him for it or like look at it as so idealistic. But you know, for me as someone who got into college football, I mean, I still believe in those things at Wake Forest. I mean, I think it's cool that we're in a conference with Stanford and Duke and Boston College and Virginia and North Carolina and Georgia Tech and all these other schools that are not just good football schools, but really highly respected academic institutions that our players have to go to class and they get meaningful degrees. And I would bet our graduation rates continue to set the standard for college football. Now, nobody cares about that anymore. They don't. I care about that for our program. We have a 97% graduation success rate. It's the second highest in all of college football. Nobody cares. But I care. That matters to me. And so if other people say, well, he's lost touch with the times and that's not college football now, that's fine. I sleep at night knowing that we're not using our players just to play football. That when they leave our program, they're going to have degrees. They're going to be able to get jobs after football and good jobs that they enjoy, and they're going to use their education and they're going to have options. And to me, it's still the heart and soul of what we do. Now, again, people laugh at that and mock it, but I got into this 36 years ago because I had coaches that cared about that stuff, and I continue to care about it.
Dan Tortora, WakeUpCall, DT.com. Your coach talked about the fact that you could all be in the NFL at this point. Why continue to play for Dave Clawson? Why continue to stay at Wake Forest and see this through all the way to the end?
Well, it's a multitude of reasons. For one, I respect Coach Clawson a lot. I feel like he's a man of integrity. I feel like that he's not just a football coach, I feel like he's a life coach. So just being at an institution like Wake Forest sets me up not just for the NFL, but for life as well. Second, like we said last year, it didn't really go too good for us. And I feel like that, that this offseason we worked out with the chips on our shoulders. Our mantra was earn it. And I feel like they've been earning everything we do. And lastly, education. Wake Forest is one of the top educational schools in the country, and I feel like that coming back from my last season allowed for me to get my degree, and then also thankful for Road to Quad. They blessed all of us in a way for us to be financially stable. So just those reasons alone, I feel like would made me come back and just wanted to maximize my opportunity as a Wake Forest Demon Deacon.
Dan Tortora, WakeUpCall, DT.com. Devontae, you spoke on the fact that there are 17 starters coming back to this team. Just what it says not only about this team as a unit from the inside out, but what it says in a world of college football where we're not seeing things like that anymore.
17 starters being back speaks volumes. I'll say one, the amount of trust that we have in Coach. because you're seeing a lot of players leave. All of these players coming back represents the program that we have here, and that last year wasn't an expectation. Last year wasn't a representation of us, and that we trust that we trust each other to right what went wrong last year, and we trust that our coaches will lead us in the right way to bring Wake Forest to where Wake Forest wants to be.
Dan Tortora, WakeUpCall, Taylor, over 160 catches, over 2,200 yards receiving, and then you mentioned special teams, over 700 yards there. Of everything that we've seen from you already, what do you have left in the tank? What are we about to see this season?
You gotta leave it all out there, and that doesn't just start with me. It starts with all of our captains, all of our older 4th, 5th, 6th-year guys. We're an old football team, and we're ready to leave it all out there, whether that's maximizing hours in the weight room, in the film room, making sure we're doing everything right from a sleep and nutrition perspective. Like, it's really our last go-around for a lot of us guys. So whatever it takes to win, we're ready to do that and get Wake Forest right back where it belongs.